Hi, I'm Diane and I'm the Chief Leadership Officer at Blueprint Leadership. In the last year or so, I've been thinking a lot about mindset, and especially the mindset of a leader. Mindset is so important because we can either have clarity. It's like our mindset is a filter. We can either have clarity so that we see the world from a realistic perspective, or we can have a distortion in our mindset. And when there's a distortion, it's like having cloudy film over our eyes. We won't see the world clearly. And the reality is that we all have some distortion in how we see things. And those are the assumptions and the experiences that we have that distort the reality of the world, right? But we want to, as leaders, and especially to be successful leaders, we need to clean out that lens to have a mindset of leadership success. So today I want to talk about two aspects of that mindset. And it might seem contradictory at first, but there's a mindset of a leader that needs to be resolved, as well as a mindset of humility. And I want to talk about how they work together. In terms of resolve, there are times where leaders will see an opportunity, and especially if that opportunity has an impact on many other people, then there's a responsibility to step up in our conviction, in our resolve, and do whatever's possible to make that vision or that mission a reality. And that takes courage. It takes the ability to sometimes go against the grain or go against the consensus decision and really stand firm in what we believe needs to take place in order to make the world a better place. And then there's also the aspect of humility. And humility says, there's no person in the world that can make a strong impact without the buy-in from other people. And so humility says that in my organization, in my team, I need to have empathy. I need to step back and understand the concerns that people are voicing. And then I need to use my persuasion skills to help them overcome some of those obstacles. And that doesn't mean just mentally overcome them. Sometimes there's things that we need to do in a practical way in order to overcome objections and get the buy-in from the rest of our team. There's a chapter in the scriptures that I like as an example of what I'm talking about. And it's chapter 4 of Esther. So Esther's the queen in this city, and she needs to really, she sees an opportunity where she can affect the lives of a whole people group, and it's the Jewish people in her community. And in order for her to make a difference, in order for her to take a stand for this people group, she has to go before the king in a way that's not acceptable. And so she has to have the resolve and conviction to go forth, and actually she risks her life to do it, but it's worth it to her because she wants to save this people group. And so what she does, the very first thing she does, is she takes 3 days out and she gathers people in her community to help support her before she goes forward to make the request of the king. And so that's a great example of a person who has resolve even to risk their life, which is pretty strong conviction, but not to do it alone, that she needed to have a community of support around her in order for her to be able to be successful. I think this is the mindset of a leader. We do need to oftentimes go against the grain of consensus, but we need to be able to get people on board by being empathetic and understanding what their concerns are, and then helping to remove those obstacles so that we can go forth as a committed group of people and make a difference in the lives of others. I hope that you find this compelling and that you think about, what does that mean for you? Are you the kind of person who tends to go out as a lone ranger and stick to the convictions that you have, but sometimes without the support of others? Or are you the kind of person, a leader, who wants consensus, so much so that sometimes the fear, perhaps, of people in your organization or mindset distortions that they have will pull you back from conviction that can really make a difference in the world because you're worried about consensus? The successful leader is able to balance these two seemingly contradictory mindsets and bring them together in order to be truly successful and make the kind of impact on the world that leaders are called to make. Think about where you are and what you need to do differently to be even more compelling and successful as a leader. Where is your mindset?